Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, iRacing fans from around the world, welcome to Friday, TGIF. Thank goodness for Blaze Pizza as well. I am Scott Kolovic, your announcer for the evening. This is KMA TV, and this is KMA Racing Friday Night Flights. Right off the bat, let's give a big shout out there to Blaze Pizza, my good friend Greg McClendon, putting on the show tonight for Friday Night Flights. Going to be a good one out here, folks. We are sitting out here for this Friday night event, sitting at Michigan, up there in Brooklyn, USA. Drivers are driving the Xfinity class out here tonight at Michigan. We've got 100 laps to get through tonight. Great night out here. Great temperature, 75 degrees. 4 turns out here at Michigan. Usual round of drivers joining us tonight. Great conditions, mostly cloudy. These Xfinities are going to stick. At least we are hoping. Drivers are running their qualifying laps as we speak. Taking a look at Darren Reason out here tonight in the number 22. Also joining us is Jeff Renz in the Nesquik 146. Nice looking ride right there. Sean Molchek supporting a KMA car tonight out there in the red and black number 21. Big shout out there to Sean Molchek. Jack Watts out here tonight representing Southeast Motorsports. Jack Watts, great driver, driving for Southeast. Paul Cohen, Spice X in the number 51. High hopes out here tonight for Paul. Also joining us out here tonight is Mark Jackson, Jason Russo, as well as Gary Whitmer. Got all the usual drivers out here tonight. 100 laps of Michigan coming at you live here on KMA TV. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's race is brought to you by Greg McClendon and the fellows over at Blaze Pizza. How about it, Greg? Have you got a copy? Greg McClendon, have you got a copy?
10-4, what's going on, Scott?
All righty, got you up here in the booth on KMA TV for race 18 of 20 in the Friday Night Flight Series, brought to you by KMA Racing and Blaze Pizza. Tell us all about Blaze Pizza.
Well, Blaze Pizza is a home of big friendly smiles, lively fun interactions. We always say yes. Zoom go really fast and we exceed expectations. That's what we're based out of, and those are the values that we kind of build ourselves around. And started out in California back in 2012, and all of a sudden we have the first basically customizable pizza. I'm telling you, over 40 toppings that you can select from. Give us a try. You won't regret it.
Now, when you say 40 toppings, you basically mean that we just go down like an assembly line of sorts, and I tell you, I want some of this, I want some of that?
Absolutely. And you see, you're not limited just to see what you see on your pizza. If you want to have more put on, guess what? All you have to do is say, I need a little more of whatever, and we're going to say yes every time.
All right, copy that. I have been up to my local Blaze Pizza in Normal, Illinois. It is a favorite hangout with me and my wife. And I tell you what, the cleanliness of the restaurant, that is one thing that really jumped out. The atmosphere, the friendly people out there at Blaze Pizza. So ladies and gentlemen, if you've never been to a Blaze Pizza, get out there and check out. So a big shout out there to Greg McClendon. Have you got any favorite drivers out here tonight, Greg?
Oh my goodness, we got a motley crew of drivers here tonight. There's a lot of great ones out there, and actually at this point I'm just kind of sitting back here in a catbird seat, kind of looking at things tonight. Work responsibilities kind of keep me away from my driving responsibilities, so unfortunately I could not race tonight. However, I'm here to watch a good performance by these drivers over here at KMA Racing.
Alrighty, copy that. Thank you one more time for that sponsorship.
Anytime, Scott, and I'd just like to give another shout out to all the other sponsors that kind of make KMA Racing go. Of course, the KMA TV, Richie B's, Pro Automotive, GW Graphics, Gary Whitmer's doing things over there. Hey, you need a paint? See that guy, because I'm going to be visiting him real soon.
All right, copy that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, qualifying times are in. We're going to take a look at that. Out there in the front is Travis Browder taking up that almighty number 1 position. Travis Browder with a 38.216 side by side with the number 77 of Jack Watts with a 38.374. Sitting back in third position is Sean Molchek with a 38.422, and Lee Staples in fourth position with a 38.457. Back in fifth position, we have Jeff Rins. In sixth position, we have Paul Cohen. Seventh position belonging to Darren Reason in the number 22. Edward Bray sitting back there in P8. Big shout out there to Edward Bray in the number 66 Blacktown Reaper. Position 9 belonging to Jason Russo, another one of our fine sponsors here at KMA Racing. Rounding out the top 10 is Sean Brown in the number 65. Sitting back in 11th position, we do have Mark Jackson back there in 11th position. Donald Sadusky sitting back there in position 13. Garrett Potts in position 14. Ryan Kuhn, position 15. 16th belonging to Brad Ream. Craig Kinney back there in position 17, side by side with Douglas Hess. Donald Stewart, P19. Wally Tierheimer, position 20. Richard Brose, our Monday night sponsor, P21. Steven Slicker, P22. Gary Whitmer Jr. near the rear, position 23. Lee Ryerson, position 24. And Chris Boyles in 25th. And Joel Guy in the rear of the field. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to go racing here at Michigan. Going to be a great night out here. Going to be a lot of fun. All starts and restarts are done on leader's discretion. No 3 wide allowed at the start of the race. 100 laps, running lap times of 38s to 39s. Time is going to click by very quickly tonight in the Friday Night Flight Series, race 18 of 20. Travis Browder up in the front, side by side with the number 77 of Jack Watts. Pace car in.
Green flag.
Away goes Travis already up here in the blimp aerial. Good shot of that start. Everybody's looking very good. Everybody's double file. No rule violations up there in the front. Travis Browder trying to make a runaway, but we have already got Jack Watts and Sean Molchek, Lee Staples in that 4th place position. Sean Molchek looking very sharp out here tonight, driving the black and red KMA Mobile, showing his support there for pad up onto the rear end of the number 77 of Jack Watts, representing Southeast. Lee Staples in that 4th place position. Jeff Rins, Nestle quick. But will Jeff be quick tonight? He was pretty quick out there at that qualifying time. Qualified 5th. But oftentimes it is not where you qualify, it is where you finish, because the only lap that matters, folks, is lap 100. 1 down. 99 to go, just like those bottles of beer on the wall. Big shout out to the fans out there looking at Greg. Oh, caution. I do believe that might have been the number 22 of Darren Reason, right alongside of Darren Reason. Going to see exactly what happened, and there we go. Darren Reason. I'm going to back that up one more time. We're on those side cams. Going to take a look at it, and he just starts to turn left. No other involvement with any other vehicle. Just a little bit slight miscommunication between him and the tires and the track. But as it happened, the number 19 of Donald Sadusky and the number 65. And wow, unfortunate early caution for the number 22 of Darren Reason. Going to take one more look at that up there from the chopper, get a better perspective. And there around goes. And there is, and there spins. Tough break there for Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein getting caught up at it as well. Number 61 with a good aversion right there, driving through it. All right, folks, that will bring out our first caution of the night very early on lap 2. A little bit of information here about Michigan. I thought these cars, I might have been misinformed, but that one there, it did not stick. A lot of driver responsibility out here tonight. Travis Browder up there on that P1 position. Going to get a quick interview in with my good friend, Tebow. He knows me as a skipper. I call him
Scott,
Gilligan.
how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Tebow?
I'm doing amazing.
Good. Talk to us about this tricky track.
All right. In practice, I've seen a lot of drivers getting loose, and it's going to be throttle control. We got to drive the car. This reminds me of the Cup car just a little bit because you got to treat the car right. If not, you're going to go for a spin. So it's kind of like what we did at Richmond earlier in the week. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. We'll see.
All righty, you're looking very good out there in the number 18 NOS. Talk to us a little bit about that paint job.
NOS Energy is a Rowdy drink. It's an energy drink. I've seen Rowdy drink it every time I see him on the track, and be sure you guys try it.
All righty, copy that. Big shout out there to you, Travis Browder.
Thank you, Scott.
Jack Watts out here tonight representing Southeast Motorsports, currently sitting in second place. How about it, Jack?
How you doing, Scotty?
I'm doing good. 1-1 and 2-2. Obviously, you and Travis know what you're doing under Q. Talk to us about what you're going to do to win this thing tonight. How are you going to treat the car on the track?
I'm going to treat it like it's on ice. I think a lot of the guys in the front are doing the same thing. We're just going to kind of ride it out, save the tires, not get in a hurry. It's a 100-lap race. We're barely started, so just kind of save, and hope for the best towards the end.
All righty, copy that. Good advice. Now, I do see you are supporting PAD on the rear quarter panel of the Black Southeast Motorsport. We've got a PAD race coming up Sunday. Give us your thoughts about PAD.
I love PAD. I love what they do. People against distracted driving. They're a great cause. Haven't seen a better cause for it. So don't text or talk and drive.
All righty, copy that. Thank you for your time, Jack.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Jack Watts back there in position 2. Big shout out there to Jack. One more very quick driver interview. How about it, Sean Molchuk? Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All righty, very quickly, I'm gathering up thoughts about tonight. What are your thoughts on this tricky track?
Well, we're going to have to take it easy in 3 and 4. It's going to be very easy to loop it around. You got to be real easy on the throttle, but 1 and 2 should be fine. It might be a few early cautions, but we should get some green flag stops.
All right, copy that. Good advice. Anybody out here watching you on the KMA TV broadcast, or anybody rooting you on at home?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm just out here to have fun, that's all.
All righty, copy that. Well, good luck to you. You're looking pretty darn good in the red and black PAD KMA attack. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Scott.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen. Travis, Jack, and Sean out there on that front line underneath our first caution of the evening. Oftentimes, it will take an early caution to snap these drivers into where they need to be in the frame of mind of which they need to be into. This track is going to be a little bit of a challenge for a few drivers, but once they get a few laps on those tires, that's what they got to keep in mind, folks, is they have got to let that heat build up onto those 4 Goodyears. Once that does, those tires will start to stick. Let this field get spread out. This is race 18 of 20 in the Friday Night Flight Series, brought to you by Blaze Pizza. Blaze Pizza, fast fired. Check them out tomorrow when you're out and about. You're going to turn into some great weather, and I tell you what, great weather and pizza. What else can you ask for? Drivers are lined up, double file. Going to be getting back and hopefully into some green flag racing here at Michigan. Travis Browder lined up. Going to be taking on Jack Watts one more time. Haven't had any lead changes, in fact. That one caution, everybody was settling. First caution brought out by the number 22 on a self-spin. Getting just a little bit wiggly. Darren trying to find his grip. Couldn't quite get there. Long way to go tonight. Long haul mentality. We are looking at about a 34 lap pit run. So doing the math, 34. We call it 68. Travis Browder once again out there with a big start. Pretty much leaving Jack and Sean to get up into the upper lane. Lee Staples wanting to run that lower group. Now looking at the marks on the track, we actually are looking at 5 lanes out here. So these drivers can very easily go 5 wide if completely necessary. Right now, most of these drivers very content to stay double file or single file. Jason Russo with a big run around the Nesquik. Jason Russo, a hard charger as he's coming up onto the number 51 of Paul Cohen. Number 19 of Donald Sadusky opting to go below that white line, which is perfectly legal. Can gain you a second or two if done properly. Side by side with Craig Kinney and Edward Bray. Drivers will talk about wanting that high lane, wanting that low lane. Edward Bray losing a little bit of momentum right there on that upper lane as Craig Kinney does pull away. Now something else though you got to keep in mind, folks. It's about how much you abuse those tires. Now, is Craig Kinney pulling away 3 wide action with Jason Russo? Jason Russo and the number 51 Paul and Donald coming out of a 3 wide. Up comes the number 146 of Jeff Renz, 19 self-spin. 19 going for a ride, able to save it. No caution, will fly, but the number 19, we had those cameras on him. A little bit scary moment there for Donald Sadusky, but no caution, will fly. Looking at Ryan Kuhn edging his way past the number 6 of Chris Hogue and the number 61 of Brad Ream. Ryan Kuhn below that white line, coming up hard and charging on lap 9 of 100, running a fast lap of 38.464. Ryan Kuhn showing how to get her done, but again, the question is Ryan Kuhn burning up those tires? Does Ryan Kuhn know something that these other drivers do not know? Ryan Kuhn burning it up on lap 9, riding shotgun with Ryan Kuhn. Let's see what Ryan Kuhn is doing up here. I'm coming up on the Nesquik Quick Bunny. I'm going to go down below the bunny. I'm looking at Jason Russo. Going to ride that white line, drifting up just a little bit. See the big run coming up on that outside. Still got the bunny on my right, and here comes Jason Russo. Do I take him 3 wide? Do I drop it down? I'm going to drop it down, and I'm going to take Jason Russo back to double file. That is what the thought process right there is of Ryan Kuhn here on lap 10. Ryan Kuhn charging his way to the front. In-car camera with Jason Russo looking at the rear end of the Spy, number 90. Hey, big shout out there to Martha Tierheimer on that KMA TV chat. Caution is out. All right, we're going to back that one there up. Does appear that maybe Ronald Klein was involved, but not the fault. The number 51 of Paul Cohen, I do believe. We're going to back it up and see what happened with the number 51. I do know Ronald Klein got involved in it, but he was a victim. All right, looking at the number 51 coming around that corner. Not seeing anything, but the 51 breaking loose down onto the apron up there and stopped in the middle of the track there, getting it back into gear, trying to spin it, and the number 76 of Ronald Klein into the side of the number 51. I'll tell you what, that'd be a pretty darn good riding shotgun view right there with Ronald. Ronald couldn't see it in time. A big front end damage there on Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein going to be taking a tow into pit row. Unfortunate break there for Ronald Klein. Up to Travis Browder, sitting there in position 1. Going to check in with a couple of our favorite drivers out here. Looking at the number 57 of Wally Tierheimer as he does catch back up with this field. Going to give him a second to see if he wants to get into pit row or not. Wally Tierheimer started 20th. Right now in position 19. We are underneath our second caution within 12 laps here at Michigan. Wally Tierheimer heading down into pit road. Large portion of this field running down there into pit row on lap 12. Travis Browder with that P1 position. Jack Watson P2. Third place going in as well as fourth. Drivers taking left sides. Drivers taking right sides. Drivers pulling out of pit row. Wally Tierheimer still in pit row. Klein able to pull out of pit row. Let's see if we can raise Wally up on the mic. How about it, Wally? Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir, Scott. How you doing?
Doing good. We were sitting here at the end of pit row waiting for you. Got a little bit worried when you didn't start rolling out. Are you okay?
I had about 30 seconds of optional repair on that. I thought I made it by there, and just as I got by, I think Ronald came down and got me on the right rear quarter, and I got a little damage. But right now, as you can see, I'm in the back. I didn't qualify. There's a method to my madness here. I probably could have got a top 10 qualifying, but I didn't want to. I didn't even want to be up in that mess, and I found myself in 14th starting that last run, and should have went back in. I wanted to be in the back a little further to get used to it, let everyone else get used to it, so that it wouldn't be such a situation,
Alrighty, copy that. You have very wise words, and I will verify you do have a fair amount of damage up there on that right side. Hate to see the Carl's Jr. looking like that. Nonetheless, we've got more important things. Mom Tierheimer is out there. Always like to give you a chance to say hi to Mom.
All right, well, I texted her, let her know it was happening, KMA Racing Friday night, and glad she made it out tonight. And she loves, like I said, she loves to watch the race.
All right,
good job, hi, Mom.
All right, she's out there hanging out with Mom Whitmer. All right, good luck to you, Wally.
All right, thanks, Scott.
Unfortunate break there for Wally Tierheimer. Does indeed have a bit of damage. Travis Browder out there in front, going to give us a chance to talk to Gary Whitmer. How about it, GW? Have you got a copy?
I got you, Scott.
All righty, talk to me about Michigan and how she's treating you.
Tonight, not so fair. Still trying to learn this track. This setup's a little loose for me, so we'll see what happens.
All righty, you're looking very sharp out there in that silver and blue KMA number 10 tonight. Not your usual number, but you're still looking good. Sport and pad. Talk to me about the paint job real quick.
Yeah, this paint job was done by Ted Immenhauser with Gearhead Paints. Just something put together for GW Graphics, Pad, and KMA Racing.
All right, copy that. Looking very sharp. You started 23rd. You're in 19th. You're going in the right direction. Shout out to Mom.
Yep, big shout out to Mom and Dad. Love you guys.
All right, good luck to you, Gary.
All right, thanks, Scott.
Getting back to, hopefully, some long green flag runs. Travis Browder lined up side by side with Sean Molchek. Not sure where Jack went to. Jack Watts sitting back there in 5th place. Zero lead changes, lap 15 of 185 to go. Race 18 of 20. Next week we will be at Talladega. And in 2 weeks we're going to wrap this season up at Texas, but no fear, the first full week of June, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, will be repeating on a 15-week, one track per week schedule. You will never see the same track into a second or third week, but it'll be the same track all week. Different classes of cars. So Monday, B car at Pocono. Tuesday, trucks at Pocono. Friday, cup cars at Pocono. And then we're going to put Pocono to rest and move on to the next track. 15 different tracks, including Dover, Bristol, and we got brave. We are going back to Martinsville. You remember the 14 cautions we had at Martinsville, so it's going to be a very tough schedule starting that first week of June. Pace car is in. And away, one more time goes Travis Browder, Sean Molchek on the outside, Craig Kinney on the inside, Lee Staples and Ryan Kuhn. Lee Staples dropping down, Ryan Kuhn following, Ryan Kuhn staying back up, Ryan Kuhn not sure which lane Ryan Kuhn wants. He's looking for that fast lane, looking at the number 90. Racing with Sean Molchek, 90 getting a good run, 90 belonging to Craig Kinney. Ryan Kuhn trying to make a run on that outside. Got to be very careful. Running very tight there with the number 64 of Lee Staples. But Ryan Kuhn again making a run. We may possibly be into a three-wide situation here very shortly. Ryan Kuhn drifting way up into that high lane, getting trapped up there by the number 64. 64 going for a ride, a little bit of an overspin. Hang on to her, brother. Hang on to her. Good job. Number 64 able to sustain it and keep her safe. Back up here to Craig Kinney and Ryan Kuhn. Ryan Kuhn going for a move right there, coming around the number 90 of Craig Kinney. Getting up there to the number 21. Hey, big shout out there to Courtney Potts. Courtney Potts out here rooting on Garrett. Garrett Potts sitting back in position 16th right now. Garrett Potts did start in 14th position, right along the tail end of the number 64 of Lee Staples. Garrett Potts driving the number 40 throwback. Budweiser getting a big run, trying to get around the number 64 of Lee Staples, but does look like he has got just a shade of damage out there on that front end. Doesn't seem to be affecting his performance or his line. Garrett Potts right now, big shout out there to Garrett, his fans out there on that K&A TV chat. Jumping up forward, taking a look at the number 146 Jeff Renz and the number 14 of Jason Russo. Jason Russo representing Napa Auto Care. Runs a real life garage out there in Dudley, Massachusetts. Pro Automotive. Jeff Renz in number 146 from Nesquik. Looking like he's in trouble. Jeff Renz into the wall, staying up high. Well, that'll slow you down, folks. Jeff Renz with severe upper damage as he did rock it up and get into that wall. Going to jump in with camera with Gary Whitmer Jr. Gary Whitmer Jr. chasing down position 17 belonging to Chris Boyles. Gary Whitmer in 18th, started out 23rd. Still in good position though. Now that is Ronald Klein in front of him. Ronald Klein with RTK Motorsports is 2 laps down. He is hoping to get a lucky dog position. Gary Whitmer coming around. Out here representing GW Graphics. Jumping ahead looking at Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein trying to chase down. We believe about Darren Reason. Starting to get it moving. Big shout out there to Ronald Klein with RTK Motorsports. Paint job brought to you by Over the Top Paints and Designs, John Edgar. Ronald Klein started 12th, right now in 23rd 5th position. Checking in with Chris Hogue. The number 6 Napa. Chris Hogue qualified 29th, worked his way up to 11th position. Caution is out. Gonna figure out what happened right there. Looking at the number 90. Do believe the number 90 of Craig Kenny getting a little bit loose. I'm gonna back it up one more time. Contact with the number 90, Craig Kenny, and the number 21, Craig Kenny. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at that very carefully. That is net code if I've ever seen it. Just the car was just like weird and weirder. Number 90. I'm going to jump up into the cockpit of that, but I'm not sure he did not get bit by the internet bug. Nonetheless, tough break there for Sean Molchek. Looking like about 4 drivers getting caught up into that one there. Up front with our current race leader still is Travis Browder. Travis Browder leading every lap out here tonight, leading 23 laps. Ryan Kuhn up to 2nd position. This is lap 23 of 100 underneath our 3rd caution of the night. Travis Browder, Ryan Kuhn, Jack Watts off into pit row. Jason Russo actually opting to stay out. Interesting position there by Jason Russo. Chris Hogue going down pit row along with the number 66 of Edward Bray. Mark Jackson opted to head down pit row as well as Chris and Mr. Quick himself, the number 146. Nice looking ride there by Mark Jackson. Sean Brown, 1 stall ahead in the number 65 with a good pit stop right there underneath caution. Mark Jackson on his way out of pit row. Mark Jackson, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Scott.
Alrighty, I got to come chat with you real quick because I tell you what, I respect you as a driver, sir. 3 cautions in 24 laps at Michigan. How are we doing? We passing or failing?
Oh man, it's the race car's pretty loose. Hang on one second. Yeah, it's a loose, pretty loose in 3 and 4, and seems like some guys might have took 2 tires on that last stop, and it didn't work out too good. I don't know. We got caught up into just a wrong place at the wrong time right there. We were came from the back a little bit, used a little pit strategy to get back up, but had to burn a reset. Got our car tore up. Just trying to hold on to the end.
Alrighty, all right. Good luck to you out there tonight. I'm not sure if Mama Patty and Christian are out there or not, but I'll keep my eyes open for them. But nonetheless, good luck to you, Mark.
Thank you, Scott. Yeah, they were having some issues trying to get connected to the broadcast, so they're with us in spirit. So just want to thank KMA and Pat Motorsports, and let's hopefully we can maybe we can get a long green flag run in here.
All right, that would be the goal. Good luck to you. Mark Jackson, big shout out there to Mark Jackson. Now that did put Jason Russo out here onto the front. Drivers are still lined up. Single file. Going to give us a chance to get in an interview with Garrett. How about it, Garrett? Have you got a copy?
What's going on, Scott?
Alrighty, I got something to tell you, brother. You have got someone out there on that KMA TV chat named Courtney rooting you on. Now, who is Courtney?
She is my soon-to-be wife with our first child.
Alrighty, good deal. Congratulations, rooting you on. Talk to us about your night so far here in Michigan. It's seeming that it's taking strain. 3 and 4, kicking some butts.
Well, I'm I'm having trouble fighting it. It's a little loose. It's not really my favorite, but we're running it, and I got a little damage, and it seems to make the car a little tighter, so I can apply the throttle and get some speed. So I'm hoping not to use the master repair all night, leave it like it is, and run it to the end.
Alrighty, good luck to you there. Real quick, you're in the Throwback Bud. Tell me all about the King of Beers.
Well, I'm running that for Dale Jr. because it's his last year, and I'm a big Earnhardt Jr. fan, and I'm just happy about all of that. And he's had a great career, so I figured I'd celebrate it and just drive his car. I really like him.
Alrighty, copy that. And by the way, congratulations on your win last night, your first KMA win.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Couldn't have done it without y'all.
Big shout out there to Garrett Potts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, going to be going back to Green Flag Racing here very shortly. Looking at Jason Russo, Travis Browder out there losing one spot over to position 2. Travis Browder has been restarting and starting all night long in the inside lane. So we're going to see how Travis does on that outside lane. Ryan Kuhn still going to be working side by side with Jack Watts. Jack Watts started second into position 3 currently. So Jack Watts still in a very good position. Steven Splicker from rear to the front started 22nd, currently in 6th. Gary Whitmer gaining 2-3 spots, currently in 20th. Ollie Terheimer sitting back in position 16. Still anybody's game out here tonight. Still anybody's race. Cannot let turn 3 and 4 win tonight, drivers. And there goes Jason Russo skyrocketing out of that gate. We're going to have to call him Patch. Heard him talking about Patch on the radio the other day, ladies and gentlemen. Thought they were talking about race car drivers, and I'm thinking, who is Patch? And they talked about how he qualified and how he was running with one eye. And the next day realized Patch was a horse in the Kentucky Derby. Could you imagine a race car driver with one eye? That would be a scary situation. Travis Browder, big run around the number 14 of Jason Russo, challenging hard. That'll open it up for Ryan Kuhn. Ryan Kuhn up here saying, hey, I want to get a hold of some of this action up here. Ryan Kuhn eyeing down Jason Russo and the number 18 of Travis Browder making a big run around Jason Russo. Jason Russo side by side with Ryan Kuhn. Napa versus the Monster, trying to catch up with the energy drink. But I tell you what, we have got a Chevy on a Toyota. Travis Browder very partial to those Toyotas, but behind Travis, we're looking at a straight line formation of nothing but a Chevy pack bearing down on that number 18 NOS Toyota being driven by Jason Russo. Steven Slicker, currently 8th position. Trying to chase down Lee Staples, being chased down by Chris Hogue. Chris Hogue in position 9. Looking at that number, let's see, what was the number 61 of Brad Ream. Brad Ream is out here partnered up with RTK Motorsports and Ronald Klein. Probably one of my favorite looking cars out here, showing his support there for KMA TV. KMA Racing there on the rear end of the car, along with KMA TV logo, RK Paints and Designs. Big shout out there to Brad Ream. Brad Ream started 6th, currently is in started out 16th, currently is in 6th position. Straight line formation. So far here in Michigan, it's situation of drivers and drivers. It is really a driver against the track. Wally Tierheimer is very safe back here. 19th. Started 20th. Does have damage though. Damage will be slowing him down just a hair. But all he really needs is one good caution and he'll be right back, and that may be it. We can look at what happened. Looking at number 40 of Donald Stewart. Not sure if Donald was in... Nope, the number 78. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, backing it up. That is the number 78 of Donald Stewart in the Boston Red Sox going for a ride. And oh no, say it isn't so. Mark Jackson getting caught up. Taking one more look at that as the number 78 Boston Red Sox over negotiating that corner, and Mark Jackson, not much Mark could do about it. GW avoiding it, but unfortunately not. The number 23 and Wally. I think Wally got caught up in it. Might go and check it out from Wally's perspective up into his cockpit. I think they did make contact, looking at it in the in-car camera with Wally. Whoa! And there it is. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, that might send Wally in there to pack up his beat-up car, but he's got one more out there. He will take that extra vehicle, so he will be in good shape, but he's going to have to be extra special careful. Fourth caution of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go on and take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, fans, we are back. Keep in mind, this coming Sunday, 2 nights from tonight, we will be doing our monthly Race 4 pad. Tomorrow night, we're going to have a very, very special event. We're doing the Memorial Race 4. My good friend Donald Sadusky. Donald Sadusky actually out here tonight with us. I believe he is in pit row, though, a couple of laps down, getting repaired. Maybe we can get a interview in with Ron before the night is over. Lee Staples out there on that front row. LA Graphics representing Black Talon. Here there's gears shift down. Lee Staples getting ready to rock and roll and show us how it is done out here tonight. Lee Staples, have you got a copy, sir?
Well, you talking to me, but
Lee Ryerson. Yep, I got too many Lees in here. All right, Lee Ryerson, how are you doing, sir?
pretty good, bud. How you doing?
Doing good. What are your thoughts here tonight You're sitting up there in 8th place. You started 24th. So what are you thinking right now?
I'm not sure. I did a couple adjustments before at the end of practice, and it made the car a little loose, and it's been working pretty good so far with this adjustment. So, therefore, see how it plays out.
All right, Nationwide is on your side, but the situation is turn 3 and 4. A lot of drivers are talking about turn 3 and 4. Take us real quick through 3 and 4. What exactly is happening?
It seems very slick over there. It's not sure when we had an update with the new cars and everything, so it's kind of changed some things around. But see how it plays out. Just take my time and do what I gotta do.
All right. Well, so far you're coming up the field. So good luck to you, Lee Ryerson.
10-4. Thanks, bud.
Drivers are lining up. Double foul. That'll put Lee Staples and Ryan Kuhn out there on the front side by side. Now Lee Staples started 4th, currently he's in 1st. Travis Browder, taking a look at our running order. Jack Watts still up there in the front. Jason Russo making an appearance at the top 5. Brad Ream, Chris Togue 6th and 7th. Jeff Rins, Lee Ryerson, Edward Bray. Gary moving up there to P11. Garrett Potts, P12. Darren Reason, Danny Rudy, 1 lap down. Ronald Klein, 2 laps down. Wally Tierheimer, 2 laps down. But Wally Tierheimer still is in this field out here tonight. He's in the rear, but he is out here. Wally Tierheimer, brand new clean car. He's ready to go. He's going to see if he can get her back done tonight. Here in race 18 of 20 in the Friday Night Fight Series, brought to you by Blaze Pizza. Big shout out to Martha and Becky and Courtney out there on that KMA TV chat, rooting on their sons and their husbands. Big shout out there to Garrett and Courtney, expecting a little bitty package. And there goes Lee Staples. Big start out there by Lee Staples. Travis Browder down on the inside, side by side with Ryan Kuhn. Travis Browder opting to go back up and follow Ryan. Single file formation, looking like a freight train out here for the most part. Putting speeds upwards of 187, 188. Topping out at about 188, heading into that corner, dropping down to 178. Get back up around that corner. 83, 84. Lee Staples getting passed by Ryan Kuhn. Lee Staples falling back 1 position, opting that higher lane. Ryan Kuhn coming up. Travis Browder hot on their heels. These top 3, ladies and gentlemen, they're doing it to it here at Michigan. And Jack Watts back up to that 4th place position. Jason Russo in position 5. Brad Reed in position 6, representing R2K. Travis Browder coming around the number 64 of Lee Staples. And here will come Jack Watts. Will Jack Watts go underneath Lee Staples? It appears that Jack Watts will try to make an attempt to go underneath Jack trying to go underneath Lee. Not quite able to get her done right there. One more run in car in shotgun with Jack Watts side by side with the number 64 of Lee Staples. But we're watching Ryan. He's that little black dot way on up there on the horizon in front of Travis. Watching Ryan Kuhn slip slide off there into the distance. Jack Watts trying to find that grip into that upper lane, utilizing down onto that lower white line. Lee Staples dropping back to 4th position, but still hot on the heels of the number 77. Lee Staples running a tighter line down onto that inside lane. Jason Russo all over the rear end of Lee Staples trying to make something happen early on. This is lap 40 of 100. 40 in, 60 to go. 5 lead changes, 4 cautions out here tonight. Travis Browder leading 27 laps. Ryan Kuhn leading 5. Alright, trying to find out what happened out here tonight. Looking at the, okay, it was obviously a little bit ahead. Not seeing, quite sure what happened up there. Ronald Klein's looking in the clear. And right there, looking at it, backing it up to the number 25. It was ahead of the number 25. Number 90, Craig Kenny, maybe? A little bit further up there. Looking at the number 6 of Chris Hogue. Alrighty, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a look at that one more time. We've got the number 6 of Chris Hogue driving it down, going for a self-spin. And up into, what a run right there, doing some aerobics up there in the air. Number 6 of Chris Hogue getting some very serious air time. That will bring out our 5th caution of the night. Catching up next to live action with our leader, Jason Russo. Edward Bray up into position 2. Steven Slicker, position 3. Travis Browder, 4th. And Ryan Kuhn, 5th. Jack Watt, still very solid in position 6. I would fully expect all these drivers to be heading in to pit row. Not quite out there to that halfway point. Big shout out there to Courtney. Hey, you know, Garrett found us, and we've enjoyed Garrett. Garrett out here actually got in his first KMA win last night at a Daytona track nonetheless. So a big shout out there to Garrett and Courtney and their little bundle of joy they are expecting. Update on Gary Whitmer, sitting in position 12. Still in a clean car, I do believe. Wally Tierheimer 2 laps down. Now he is heading into pit row. Edward Bray and Jason Russo opting to stay out. Edward Bray, have you got a copy?
Hey, how's it going, Scott?
Doing good. A few drivers out here tonight getting some self-spins, and I noticed you and Jason opting not to pit. Is that something that may come back and bite you in turn 3 or 4?
No, Scott. I mean, we just pitted not too long ago, so fuel. I'm still, practically just about full. Tire wear, very minimal. So it was just a discussion between teammates that we just stick it out and stay out here.
Alrighty, copy that. Now you are looking very sharp out there in the Black Town KMA Racing Reaper, but I do notice something different. What is with the orange numbering?
I just thought I'd change the color of the number to see if anybody actually noticed.
Alright, I know
a few of them have.
I'm not the first one to ask about it. Alright, one more thing. Talk us through turns 3 and 4 because they seem to be the culprit tonight.
3 and 4, it's a lot of throttle control. If you get off of it too soon and too quick and try to get back on it, the rear tires happen to break. If you get on it just right but get back on it trying to get the speed coming out of 4, the tires will break loose. So you're having to basically put an egg underneath that gas pedal just to make sure that you do not get on the gas too soon.
Well,
too quick.
Just about every spin out we've seen has been the ass in heading to the right. So, I mean, it's the same thing happening over and over.
Oh, yes, it is. So, basically, it's just reminding everybody to, watch how they're getting back on the gas and how they're getting off the gas in 3 and 4.
All righty, good luck to you, Edward.
Thanks, Scott.
Edward out here tonight representing KMA Racing and Black Talent Racing with his teammate Lee Staples out here tonight trying to find his way back up to the front. We've seen Lee Staples up in the front. Right now he is back there in 8th position. Not a bad spot, but he started 4th, currently in 7th position, so he wants to get back up there to the front with his teammate Edward and Jason. Now Jason started 9th, was up there in P1. Lap 44 of 156 to go, 6 lead changes, 5 cautions totaling out, 19 laps. Not a bad night out here tonight, but it is taking its toll on some of these drivers. Looking at the front quarter panel of Ryan Kuhn showing damage on that front right. Pace car is in. And away goes Jason Russo. Travis Browder, Edward Bray. Edward Bray with a very good start right there. Travis Browder, Ryan Kuhn already jockeying. Jack Watts still in the mix, and there's a big move by Ryan Kuhn down to that inside lane. Getting a run up there with Jason Russo. Ryan Kuhn giving it everything he has got. Jack Watts charging hard, but Ryan Kuhn almost to the rear end, going to the outside. Jason Russo trying to hold him off. Side-by-side for position 1 to that inside lane. Jason Russo wanting to stay on that inside lane. Inside lane proving to be just a little bit stronger. Jumping back with Jack Watts, Edward Bray, and Travis Browder. Brad Ream in the mix, along with Sean Molchek. And Mr. Quick, 146, still in it as well, as he does try to get up to the rear end of Brad Ream. Brad Ream started 16th, currently in 7th position, chasing down number 64 of Lee Staples. This asphalt Michigan track, it will tear these tires up, folks. .146 loose, and away will spin Sean Molchek. Right there, nice upside down aerial view. Oh wow, Sean going for a ride. We're going to back that one up, get a look at that up there on that chopper. I know Sean was upside down and all around. Sean Molchek going for a huge ride. Looking at that self-spin on the 146. Going for a ride. Garrett Potts avoiding it. And the aerial number Sean Molchek, 21, going for quite the ride. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will bring out our next caution of the night. And just as Edward did say, you know, that ass end, it just keeps swinging out from underneath you. Unfortunately, that is going to put several drivers out there into the hauler. We do know Mark Jackson has had to retire due to damage. And Sean Molchek, unfortunately, out of it as well as the number 6 of Chris Hogue. Michigan being just a wee bit challenging for a few of these drivers out here tonight. We are on lap 49 of the 100 at the halfway point. down to about 10, possibly 11 drivers on the lead lap. Chris Boyles, having to take her to the hauler tonight. Looking at the number 61 of Brad Ream. How about it, Brad Ream? Have you got a copy?
Got a copy, Scott. How you doing today, sir?
Doing good, but I will tell you I'm a little bit confused now. 6 cautions on 50 laps at Michigan. I'm hearing a whole lot of trouble out there in turn 3 or 4. What is your take on the situation?
Yeah, it seems like guys are just kind of overdriving the turns, and they're either lifting too late or just getting on it too hard. And with this lower downforce package here with the rear spoiler cut up, it's going to make it it's going to make it more challenging for the driver. And I think what you're seeing is just a lack of practice. I think overall,
All right, copy that. Well, I tell you what, these drivers, this schedule has been made and posted for 23 weeks. So I am a little bit surprised if it is a lack of practice. Talk to me about RTK Motorsports and the black and red RK paints and designs.
Yeah, I gotta thank Ronald Klein there for that. He's sponsoring the car tonight and for the upcoming seasons. And we're proud to drive it up here. We're just kind of hanging back and letting things sort it out.
All right, copy that. Now, you did start out in 16th. You're currently in 7th. What's your personal plan for the next half of the race?
Well, I think I'm going to have ice cold beer during these yellows if they keep up. But no, what I'm planning on doing is just kind of doing what the leaders do, and we'll start driving the tires off of it when it's go time, as Joel Guy likes to say.
All right, copy that. Good luck to you, Brad Ream.
Thank you, sir.
Brad Ream out here tonight representing RTK Motorsports. And Ronald Klein, his teammate Ronald Klein, unfortunately sitting in pit row, getting repairs done. Hopefully he will be able to get back out onto that track. But he is showing considerable front end damage. So nonetheless, big shout out there to Ronald Klein. Gary Whitmer Jr. still alive, sitting back in position 10. Catching the field, Wally Tierheimer. I do believe Wally Tierheimer may have had to take it into the shop. So that may be the end for Wally Tierheimer tonight. Unfortunately, Wally Tierheimer, he's going to be missed out here. But he is not rolling 2 laps down currently. Wally Tierheimer always does a great job out here, very rarely causing any problems himself. But tonight, he must have had a magnet onto him. Ryan Kuhn will be restarting side by side with Travis Browder, Jason Watts, Jason Russo, Jack Watts, Edward Bray, Lee Staples, Brad Ream. Paul Cohen up to 7th, Steven Slicker up to 9th, Gary Whitmer Jr. sitting in. Top 10. Last driver on that lead lap, Danny Rudy in position 11. Lou Ryerson, Garrett Potts, both 1 lap down. So this field has shrunk down considerably, folks. Not many drivers, about half this field, not being able to tackle Michigan. Practice, practice, practice is everything, and these drivers knew Michigan was coming. Got to get out there and practice if you ever want to succeed. To answer with Mom Tierheimer, these drivers are given 1 backup vehicle, and on that very first caution, I do believe Wally Tierheimer getting caught up into it, tried to drive the car, wore the car out, got back in it with a fresh car, and unfortunately was a victim and could not go anymore. Michigan tonight taking its toll. 7 lead changes, 6 cautions totaling 23 laps. Pace car is in. Ryan Kuhn, one more time out of that gate. Travis Browder, Jason Russo, Jack Watts. There's 3 cars looking like one. Very tight race in there with Jason Russo, Travis Browder, and Jack Watts. Staples, Edward Bray, positions 5 and 6. Brad Riemann, position 7. Travis Browder on that inside lane, trying to work his way around with 14 of Jason Russo. Travis Browder with a big run. Jack Watts following in line. Jason Russo climbing back. Travis Browder below that white line. Coming back up on track, trying to get some groove. Jack Watts seeing that door open. Drivers around Jason. Jack Watts challenging Jason Russo. Lee Staples sitting back watching. These drivers duke it out. In-car camera with Lee Staples. Lee Staples watching Jack Watts try to work his way around Jason Russo. At 54 of 100. 6 cautions. These drivers are beginning to settle down. Now, once these drivers do get broken apart, it does become more of a one-on-one race between you and the track, per se. How fast can you negotiate this track? Looking at Lee Staples with a last lap of a 38.884 in comparison to Jason Russo with a 38.876. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but up here with Ryan Kuhn, 0.04 of a second faster very easily with a lap time of 38.400. His fastest lap was a 38.355. Pretty sure he scored that coming out of pit row with fresh tires. Oddly enough, Ryan Kuhn does look like he's got some damage up there on that front right. Possibly that damage giving him a little bit of a better grip, putting some weight down on that front right. Travis Browder seemingly finally starting to chase down Ryan Kuhn. Jack Watts, Jason Russo, a little bit of space and distance between them. Lee Staples, Edward Bray having a good side-by-side fight right there for position. Black Talon Racing, number 64. Number 66. Positions 5 and 6. Sitting back in position 7. Paul Cohen and Gary Whitmer in positions 8 and 9. Gary Whitmer looking very sharp out here in the GW Graphics Camaro, brought to you by Ted Enheiser and Gearhead Paint Shop. Have pulled down in straight line formation. That's going to really put these drivers into a better position because they can focus more so on the track rather than what other drivers are doing. But the only real challenging racing being done right now is by Edward Bray and Lee Staples, and they're not really challenging one another, right? They're just trying to stay in line, possibly smelling a green flag pit stop. Ryan Kuhn way up here in front. Travis Browder about a stone's throw onto his rear. Jack Watts, Jason Russo. So the front four completely spread out. Lee Staples, Edward Bray, a little bit tighter. Brad Ream out there in position 7. Paul Cohen, Gary Whitmer. Not too tight. Rounding out the top 10 is Steven Slicker. Danny Rudy. Way back there in the rear, last driver on the lead lap. Looking like fans top-notch heating and cooling. Pretty severe front damage. A little bit tore up there on that front right. Lee Ryerson Jr. 1 lap down, still running. Garrett Potts still in it to win it 1 lap down, but he is taking severe damage on the throwback. Dell, number 40. And those are the remaining 13 drivers in tonight's race. Ryan Kuhn out there on the front line, large and in charge. Jack Watts, Jason Russo sitting in 3rd and 4th positions. We should be going caution-free the rest of the night, ladies and gentlemen. But unfortunately, not going to be a lot of tight racing as Michigan took its toll tonight. Jack Watts trying to make a run on the inside of Jason Russo here on lap 62 of 100. Jason Russo fighting back. Better run there on the outside, and Jason Russo going for a spin. That'll fly that caution. All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking a look at it. Looking at the number 14 coming around. Cell spin across the nose of the number 77 of Jack Watts. Going to back it up one more time and verify it. Actually going to jump into in-car camera with the number 77 of Jack Watts. Actually, let's get up. Yep, Jack Watts. Let's take Jack Watts in-car camera and see what he saw. Side by side, looking at Jason Russo. Turn 3 and 4 one more time. Not much Jack Watts could do. Unfortunate break there for Jack Watts and Jason Russo, our 7th caution of the night. On lap 63, Ryan Kuhn, our current race leader. If drivers are smart, they all will be going there into pit row. Possibly will be good to go on that fuel load. Travis Browder, Ryan Kuhn waiting for that pace car to catch up. We will go on and get our final commercial break out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be right back with you. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, big shout out there to the maker of that commercial that you just did see, GW Graphics. Now, on the sound issue, we are having some sound issues here at KMA TV, but we've got my good friend RTK building me a machine that will rival no other. Hoping to have that in the hands within the next couple of weeks. But nonetheless, Gary Whitmer with GW Graphics taking care of us on all of our commercials. So the sound issues are on the end of myself, not GW. Travis Browder, Edward Bray, Brad Ream. Positions 1, 2, and 3. Now we do see Garrett Potts is up here in the front. Now what Garrett Potts is hoping for, he is going to get that free pass. But indeed, Travis Browder, Edward Bray, and Brad Ream will be our top 1, 2, and 3. Gary Whitmer Jr. up to 4th position, Paul Cohen. 5th, Steven Slicker, Danny Reedy, Jack Watts. Position 8, Lee Ryerson, Ryan Kuhn back to position 10. And Garrett Potts into pit row. Jason Russo, 1 lap down. Several drivers out of it. We are on lap 66 of the 100. 34 to go, 8 lead changes, 7 caution laps totaling 25 laps. Travis Browder leading 29 laps tonight. Ryan Kuhn leading 24. Jason Russo leading 9. And Lee Staples leading 4 laps. Only 4 drivers out here have led laps here at Michigan. This is race 18 of 20. We will be here next Friday at Talladega and then wrapping it up at Texas. I'm looking forward to the Texas one. Texas usually finds us some very good racing. Now in our upcoming series that we will have out there starting the first full week of June, there will only be one super speedway, that will be Daytona, the weekend of July 4th. That race will be on July 6th, 7th, and the 10th. That will be the only speedway we run.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's what it's about, just surviving on this track. Process of elimination, I think. No, but it's pretty slick out there. Get up there in 3 and 4 and going pretty fast, and all of a sudden it tries to break loose on you if you give it any throttle. So you just gotta kind of let off going in and baby it going out. I think we're pretty close. I think we got a pretty thin team here. So I think we're probably run green from here on out. Hey, Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling. We're in Washington, Washington. We do, residential, commercial, industrial heating and cooling. So for all your heating and cooling needs, danstopnotch.com.
All right, copy that. We will check them out, Danny. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
All righty, and a big shout out there to Becky. We had talked about this. Becky, my backup fan out there. Thank you, Becky, for alerting me onto that. Travis Browder, Ryan Kuhn, Brad Ream, Jack Watts, Gary Whitmer. Gary Whitmer up there with a very solid top 5. Paul Cohen, Danny Rudy, Edward Bray. Garrett Potts back on that lead lap. Jason Russo. Technically up there in that number 1 spot. Should be getting the free pass around the track though. That was the plan of Jason Russo to get that free pass. And away goes Jason Russo. Indeed, getting that free pass, that free wave by. Once he catches this field, it'll put him on the tail end of the field, but he will be on the lead lap. To answer Martha, he is still listed on the running order. He is still technically in the race. It's just unfortunately he is out of resets along with Chris Hogue, Chris Boyle, Sean Molchek down for the count, Sean Brown, Darren Leeson, Jeff Renz, and Lee Staples, Lee Ryerson. But they are still listed within the numbers. The only drivers out on the track right now is our top 10. So those top 10 drivers right there, that is all that is left. Travis Browder, Ryan Kuhn. Travis Browder leading 39 laps. Ryan Kuhn leading 24. What a start out here by Travis. I tell you what, folks, if anybody out here tonight would deserve to win this tonight, I think it would be Travis or Ryan Kuhn. Brad Ream has done one hell of a job out here. Jack Watts side by side with Brad Ream. Jack Watts has done a tremendously good job out here tonight. Jack Watts right now sitting in 3rd position. Side-by-side action with Travis and Ryan. And these are our race leaders. Ryan Kuhn getting a big run. Travis pulling back. Travis Browder with a slight edge. Ryan Kuhn not giving up. Now take a look at the lines here between Travis and Ryan. Ryan actually looks like he's being a little bit more erratic. Travis Browder a little bit more calm and collected. But Ryan keeps getting these big runs. Ryan coming up onto the outside. Now he's down to that inside. Ryan Kuhn trying to make a run up there on Travis. Travis Browder watching Ryan Kuhn make that run. Jack Watts getting his run in. Jack Watts getting up to the rear end of Travis Browder. Jack Watts to the outside of Travis Browder. Travis Browder up there with a little shut of that door. John Garrett Potts spinning. John Garrett Potts head on into the wall. Will not spring a caution. We're going to back that up real quick. Find out exactly what happened with John Garrett Potts. John Garrett Potts to the number 40 throwback. Coming around that corner. And there goes that ass end one more time. But I tell you what. Boom, into the wall. I do believe he's going to be okay, but Garrett Potts, a valiant fight out here tonight at Michigan. Check it out, Ryan Kuhn, Travis Browder, Jack Watts making his way up a little bit closer there to Travis Browder. Brad Ream, a little bit more than a stone's throw out away from Jack Watts. Paul Cohen. He can catch Brad Ream. Gary Whitmer in it to win it right now in position 6th. Edward Bray in position 7th. Edward Bray trying to get up to the rear end of the number 10 of Gary Whitmer, fighting for position 6. Lap 83 out of 111 lead changes, 8 cautions. My memory serves me right, 8 of these 8 cautions tonight have been from a self-spin, and that ass end just swinging out. Ryan Kuhn up to leading 28 laps, but he will not catch the 42 laps led by Travis Browder. Edward Bray trying to work his way around the outside, possibly dropping down to the inside up Gary Whitmer. Gary Whitmer started 23rd, looking like a very possible chance of a very solid top 5. They are gaining ground up onto the number 61 of Brad Ream. Brad Ream representing RTK. Paul Cohen going for a spin, going to back that up. Will not throw the caution, but just again, another driver that goes for a ride out here. We're going to watch that ass then come right out. Now that one there did not throw a caution, but looking at, there it goes. Fortunately, he was in the pit row there, locking up those Goodyears. And that will not spring a caution. Ryan Kuhn, Travis Browder, still out here on that front line. Ryan Kuhn with a significant lead out there over Travis Browder. 1.5 seconds. Jack Watts 3.5 seconds. This is our positions 1, 2, and 3, and they are very seriously spread out. Looking at the lap times these drivers are putting down. Ryan Kuhn with a 38.7. Travis Browder with a 38.9. Jack Watts with a 39.3. So Jack Watts a little bit faster than Travis Browder. Travis Browder not as fast as Ryan Kuhn. Brad Ream 39.3. Racing between Edward Bray, Gary Whitmer. Gary Whitmer losing one position to Edward Bray, 6th position. Jason Russo still doing a great job. Starting ninth, currently is in 7th position. And Jason Russo, self-spin, but he hangs on to it. What a hang-on right there by Jason Russo. Hey, all right. Could have had 2 more cautions right there back to back. The driver's finally able to learn how to save it. So what a nice save there by Jason Russo. Starting ninth, currently is in 8th position. Danny Rudy, number 16, Danny's top-notch hitting and cooling. Very solid 7th. Gary Whitmer, position 6. Edward Bray, position 5. Brad Ream looking at a very solid top 4. And Travis, Jack Watts, Travis Browder, challenging one another. Travis doing everything he can to get caught back up there too. Jack Watts running lap times of 39.069. And Travis a second slower. Ryan Kuhn with a 39.219. But Jack Watts with a 39.5. So Jack Watts fluctuating. But Jack Watts right now walking away from Travis Browder. Ryan Kuhn, a very experienced driver for being, I do believe he's 17 years of age. Ryan Kuhn with a number 72 Monster. Started 15th, currently in 1st position. Laps to go, going to the rear of the field, working our way up forward. One more time. Paul Cohen in the number 51. 1 lap down, started 6th, currently is in 9th position. Working his way around. Number 7, trying to work his way around. Danny Rudy for position 7. Jason Russo back on the lead lap in position 8, trying to hunt down Danny Rudy. Gary Whitmer in position 6. Edward Bray, position 5. These drivers, there is so much distance between these drivers. Ryan Kuhn, 7 to go, clearly dominating out here tonight. Five-second lead on position 2 of Jack Watts. Travis Browder within striking distance. I'm not sure if Travis is going to be able to get her done. Brad Ream 8 seconds back off of our race leader. Edward Bray, 13 back. Gary Whitmer, 16 back. Jason Russo, Danny Rudy battling. Jason Russo with a big run on the inside, able to get around Danny Rudy. Lap 95 of 100, 5 to go, 11 lead changes. Danny Rudy throwing sparks up under that wall. Danny Rudy going for a ride, taking her down. Hang on to her, straighten her out, Danny Rudy. Alrighty, great job there by Danny Rudy. We had those cameras right there on Danny. Great save right there. We've had 3 great saves in a row. Make sure you check us out tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. 100 laps of Talladega in the trucks and the Ryan Sadusky Memorial Race, brought to you by Donald Sadusky. And on Sunday, our race for pad. Now we'll put Brad Ream up there into position 2. 8 seconds back. Travis Browder, position 3. Jack Watts falling to 6th position. Jack Watts spinning out. Travis Browder spinning out. Jack Watts in the pit row. Hang on to her, Jackie. No caution will fly, ladies and gentlemen. Had those cameras on. The number 77 of Jack Watts. Jack Watts doing a great job not to spring the 9th caution of the night. We appreciate that, Jack Watts. Ryan Kuhn, lap 98 of 100. Brad Ream. Travis Browder, Edward Bray, Gary Whitmer, position 5. It is Paul Cohen on the rear end of Gary Whitmer. No threat, Paul Cohen a lap down. Edward Bray for position 4. Travis Browder doing a great job out here tonight. With one more lap to go, it does appear that Travis Browder, caution will fly, looking at the number 77 of Jack Watts. Going to back that up and see exactly what happened there with Jack. Nonetheless, no matter, it is going to freeze this field. That is going to be our race for the night, ladies and gentlemen. All these drivers have to do is ride it around this track, get caught up. Ryan Kuhn will be our race winner for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Kuhn doing an amazing job out here tonight. Not quite official yet. Do you still need to drive it around one more time? Going to take a look at the damage up there on the front end of Ryan. It's pretty ugly damage. And that'll wrap it up tonight with Ryan Kuhn, our race winner. Big shout out there to Ryan Kuhn. Travis Browder finishing 3rd position. How about it, Travis Browder? Have you got a copy?
Hey, Scott, how are you? I had a fun night. It was sideways.
Did a good job out here tonight. Big shout out there to Travis Browder. Talk to me real quick. We've already talked to you once tonight, but talk to me about that 3rd place position.
I had an awesome night. I led some laps and back and forth and passed some guys on old tires, and it was pretty interesting for sure. And that last run, I tried to race with Ryan there for like 20 laps to go or whatever. whatever because it was go time and I had to do what I had to do. But hey, it is what it is, and I still had a fun night for sure. And this is the first time I drove the B car with the new physics, with the aero package, with the 2016 aero package with these cars, and I think that's a lesson learned for tonight for me. We'll get a W one day.
All right, you did a good job, Travis. All righty, how about it, Brad Ream? Talk to me about your night.
Holy smokes, Scott. Hey, second place. How about that? Representing RTK Motorsports and Dangler Brothers Racing, by golly. I'll tell you what I'm happier than?
Tick on a coon dog?
Yeah! And
Okay.
a tick on an elephant's and a tick on anything. Hey, brother, this is exciting. I got to tell you what, last few laps, it was really fun. Racing up there with the leaders, and I really got to give a thanks to Ron Klein and Darren Reason. They were on the radio with me, and honestly, it's the first time I've had a true total teamwork on lines, lap times, what everybody was doing, so that was really fun to get that true experience.
All righty, I look forward to your race review up there on the Facebook, and a good job tonight, Brad Ream. Loving the support of KMA TV, Pad, and what a great looking vehicle you had.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, Ronald Klein, for that. RTK Paints of RTK Motorsport.
Alrighty, sounds good. Ryan Kuhn, talk to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alrighty, you're going to be a pretty familiar sight up here. You're a young driver, as we're watching you run around, but looking at your right side, you had some damage. You got her done tonight with a torn up car. Talk to me about it.
First off, one heck of a race, man. That was fun. And early on in the race, the first caution around like lap 4, I got into that wreck, and then we didn't take our quick repair until like lap 55, and then with about, I think it was 10 to go, we got into the fence pretty good. Then just like I was praying for no caution, because I said if there was a caution, I'd be done. But I'm glad we stayed green as long as we could there, and yeah, one heck of a race tonight. It was a lot of fun. I liked that the slick track. I felt like we really picked up at the end because we were all sliding sideways, and like I like that kind of racing. I like sliding through the corners, get the rear end kicked out, and I think it's a lot of fun.
Alrighty, copy that. Ryan Kuhn wins at Michigan. Good job tonight, Ryan.
Thank you, Scott.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap it up here tonight with KMA TV. Be sure to join in tomorrow night for the Ryan Sadusky Memorial Tribute Race, and on Sunday with Pat. I am Scott Kolovic. This is KMA TV, and we will catch you tomorrow night.